turn to page 1. The very first page in your reader's notebook. All right, it looks like we're all there. So words with short vowel sounds. On page 1 here, we have another little word search. I think this one might be a little simpler. So all we're doing here is you're gonna read the words that are in the word bank. Juliana, head up please. Then find and circle the word in the word search. So that's step 1 of this page. We're gonna find those 2, 4, 6, 8 words in a word search. Pencils down please. And then in this part below, it says write each word in the correct place in the chart. So there's a box here. There's a category for your short A sound, which is, make the sound, short A sound, ah, short E sound, short I sound, short O sound, and short U sound, good. And then you're going to find the words that go with each category. So for example, in our short A category, there are 2 boxes, so I know I'm going to have 2 words here. What words do you think belong in that category? What words do you think belong in that category? Let's look. So I have gentle, softly, empty, glance, visit, puppy, lily, tumble. What words belong there? What do you think? Anastasia?
Glance.
Okay, so we'll put glance there. And then it looks like that's the only one, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess some of them might only have 1, and some of them you might need to add yourself a box. Some of them you might need to add yourself a box, okay? Any questions? Let's turn the page. Page 2. The subject of a simple sentence. So we just went over how to find the subject. So all we're doing here is we're going to write the complete subject of each simple sentence. Let's look at number 1 together. So we're on page 2. We're on page 2. Let's look at number 1. Saturday is a fun day. What is the simple subject in that sentence? Who or what is the sentence about? Who or what is that sentence about? I'll wait to see if everybody can find it. I should see everybody's hand up. Saturday is a fun day. What do you think the simple subject of that sentence is? Riley?
Simple subject is a fun day.
Not a fun day. Zane?
Saturday.
Saturday. So we will write Saturday in the blank. Remember, the subject usually comes at the beginning of the sentence. It comes at the beginning of the sentence. What about number 2? All my friends get together in the park. Who or what is the sentence about? All my friends get together in the park. What do you think? If you're not sure, look at the sentence and try and figure it out. You should see everybody's hand. All my friends get together in the park. What do you think is the subject of that sentence? Anthony?
Park.
Not park. Remember, the simple subject normally comes at the beginning of the sentence. Addison?
All my friends.
All of my friends. So all my friends is what you would write in the blank. Let's do number 3. Baseball teams play on the fields. Baseball teams play on the fields. Who or what is that sentence about? Who or what is that sentence about? Who or what is that sentence about? If you're not sure, just take a look at the sentence. I'll give you a second. I should see everybody's hand. Baseball teams play on the fields. Who or what is this sentence about? Waiting on a few people to find it. What do you think? Ty, what do you think?
Baseball people.
Baseball teams. That's what the sentence says, right? Baseball teams. So you'd write baseball teams in the blank. Let's move on. Page 3. So we will be doing pages 1, 2, and 3 in our rotation, which I will go over in just a second. All right, so on this one, you're going to find the predicate. Let's look. I'm looking in the box here. Put your finger on the box that's at the top of page 3. Put your finger on the box that's at the top of page 3. That's where I'm going to be reading from. Follow along with me. Every simple sentence has 2 parts. We just learned that. A subject and a predicate. The predicate is the part of the sentence that tells what the subject does or is. So it tells what the subject does or is. The predicate can be one word or more than one word. The complete predicate includes all the words in the predicate. So let's look at number 1. It says, the directions say, write each sentence, then underline the complete predicate. Listen to the directions. All you're going to be doing is writing the complete predicate. You don't need to copy the sentence down again. You are just writing the complete predicate. So let's find it in number 1. Relaxing is not as easy as it looks. Relaxing is not as easy as it looks. We need to find the predicate. If it helps, let's find the subject first. Let's find the subject first. What's the subject in that sentence? Relaxing is not as easy as it looks. Anastasia.
Relaxing.
Relaxing. So since relaxing is the subject, what's the predicate? Since relaxing is the subject, what's the predicate? Is not as easy as it looks. Alright, so Anastasia just told us that relaxing is the subject, but that's not what the directions want us to find. They want us to find the predicate. So since relaxing is the subject, what's the predicate? What's the predicate? What do you think? Selena? Is not as easy as it looks. So it's everything after the subject. Every single word that's after the subject. So that's why it helps me to find the subject first before I find the predicate. So what would we write down in the blank? What would we write down in the blank? Addison.
It's not as easy as
Right, so in the blank we write is not as easy as it looks. All right, let's look at number 2. I like to watch the clouds above me. What's the subject? If you're not sure what the subject is, take a look. What do you think? I'll wait till everybody finds it. We're going to look for the subject. I like to watch the clouds above me. What do you think the subject is? Anthony.
watch the clouds.
The subject. So who or what is the sentence about? And remember, the subject normally comes at the beginning of the sentence. Ty, what do you think it is? What's the subject?
I like to watch the clouds.
Who or what is the subject? Is the sentence about? Connor.
I like to.
This one is just I. The subject is just I in that sentence. So this one is only one word. Who or what is the sentence about? It's about I. So if that's the subject, what's the predicate? If that's the subject, what's the predicate? Anthony.
Clouds.
No? You want to give it a go, Juliana? Go ahead.
Like to watch the clouds above me.
Like to watch the clouds above me. It's every single word that's after the subject. Every single word that's after the subject. All right, let's do number 3. Let's do number 3. Jerry enjoys floating in the pool. Take a second, find the subject. Take a second, find the subject. What's the subject? Put your pencils down, please. What's the subject? Jerry enjoys floating in the pool. Who or what is the sentence about? Remember, the subject normally comes at the beginning of the sentence. And we've found that true so far, right? All of our subjects have been at the very beginning of the sentence. Who or what is this sentence about? Jerry enjoys floating in the pool. Anthony. Jerry. What's the predicate? If this is the subject, what's the predicate? If Jerry's the subject, what's the predicate? Zane?
Enjoys.
That's part of it, for sure.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Enjoys floating in the pool.
Exactly. The whole thing. Enjoys floating in the pool. The complete predicate is enjoys floating in the pool. And it starts with our verb. Okay. So any questions on pages 1, 2, and 3? Any questions? Yes.
On page 1, can we do the word search?
Yep, you're completing the word search. Okay? Alright, put your pencils down and close your books for just a second, please.